Have you smashed or been with any Taiwanese men, and how was it?
In the mood, I'm talking about dark room perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you in the
Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new on this channel, welcome. Igama lami nguThembelihle wakwaBhengu, and if you were just passing by, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. For the new subbies, welcome home, and for the returning subscribers, thank you so much for your continuous support. Please don't forget to comment and like this video. So on today's video, we are doing a get to know me tag. Like, I wanted to do this video a while ago, but I was like, you know what, let me wait until I grow my channel to be where it is now, and then I can actually share some things about myself. So without wasting any time, let's jump straight into the video. So for the first part of the video, I just want to quickly share with you guys who I am, where I come from, and maybe what has made me become who I am today. So igama lami nguThembelihle samkelisiwe Bhengu. Bhengu is my father's surname or last name, but my parents were not married. They never got married. My father passed on like a while ago, over 10 years ago, and my mom is still alive, but I was pretty much raised by my grandparents. Yes, my parents were around, they were active, they were there, they were present, but I think it's okay, I feel okay that they did what they did in focusing on their lives, because they were still very young when they gave birth to me. So they were busy trying to establish their careers, businesses, and for the most part, I was then raised by my grandparents, which is umama kama no mama kababa. So I had a good childhood. Yes, nothing was perfect, but I was spoilt. For the most part, I grew up having everything I need, things to me, but that's just to give you guys a gist of basically how I grew up. So I had everything I needed. I had a decent upbringing. I was raised from families that really praise God, and some are Methodist. So I grew up attending Sunday school. I grew up as that child was very like reserved for the most part. So letole yokuba reserved I can't manage, like it's what I've always known. And growing up, I always loved beautiful things. I always loved looking at myself, taking care of myself. I loved beautiful things, especially because I was mostly surrounded by females or women, and I would look at how they got ready, how they took care of themselves, and they would always encourage me, oh no, don't walk like this, don't act like that. So those are things that shaped me in becoming who I am today. And now let's jump straight into the questions. So the first question says, you have a Durbanite sort of accent. Are you from Durban, and where did you study, and what did you study? Yes, I am a Durbanite. I am from Durban, nguzulu geli phaqa. Ngikhuluma isiZulu phaqa mina bafowethu, kodwa ngikhuluma lesiZulu lesi saseThekwini, not esasemakhaya. So I studied my bachelor's degree in education at the University of KwaZulu-Natal Edgewood campus. And the next question says, why are you so beautiful? I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you so much, gorgeous, because this question was actually sent by a very gorgeous babe. I think I take more from both my parents, because if I'm with my mom, you would swear we are sisters or twins. But also, whenever I'd be with my dad, you would swear, oh my gosh, like you look like your father, you are your father's daughter. And also with my because kuma, I'm the only child, but on my father's side we are three. I'm the eldest. I have a younger brother and a younger sister, and they look exactly like me, like facials, features nje. We are like triplets, some are triplets kahle kahle. So yeah. Okay, the next question is, how's life in Taiwan? Are there any fine dark brothers over there? So life in Taiwan is quite interesting. Life in Taiwan, I'm not really gonna touch more about that. Like, I'm not gonna get in depth about life in Taiwan, but I can say that life in Taiwan before, when I first came in 2018, was so much better than what it is now. And are there any fine dark brothers? Yes, there are. There are a lot of gorgeous, beautiful black men here in Taiwan. Yeah, the next question. Hey sis, what motivated you to move to Taiwan, and was it an easy decision to make? So one of the major things that motivated me to move into Taiwan were finances. In Johannesburg, because I was working in Johannesburg, I was able to survive, but I was able to survive only because I was in business. Like, I was able to venture into side hustles at the time, and I was able to make money on the side, but I wasn't happy. Like, I just knew, would say no, every month mina ngifuna ukucaphuna kusale, and that's one of the main reasons why I left South Africa. Apart from that, I felt like I needed more. I was hungry for more knowledge. I was hungry for to learn, because I felt like I wasn't learning anything new anymore, and I was always caged. Whenever I tried to express myself, I wasn't given those opportunities, and whenever I tried to actually thrive, people would see that as a threat where I worked. So moving to Taiwan was a good chance for me to showcase who I am, my potential, and I've been doing so well and so great, and thank God I did that. Like, I took that decision and really ran with it. Was it an easy decision? For me, yes. For my family, no. The first time. And the second time, which was last year, when I decided, it was after COVID, because my family was like, especially my grandparents. My grandma was like, just find a job here, stay here in KZN, so that you can just be close to us, especially after COVID. So everyone was a bit, skeptical. And I was like, babes, this is not what's meant for me. So the second time around, it was easy, because my family was like, dude, we cannot wait for you to leave. Go abroad, go back abroad. We want you to be there. You look happier there. You're thriving there. So moving to Taiwan was such an easy process for me, mentally, spiritually, and I couldn't be happier. The next question is, how is your psychosocial well-being? Is the inner you at this moment in sync with all that is connected to you? When it comes to the universe and connections and you being well as a person, it's a touch and go for me. I feel like, because sometimes you feel okay, sometimes you don't feel okay, sometimes you feel like you are thriving, sometimes you feel like things are not going well. But at this moment, I feel like when it comes to the most important things in my life, like my family, my well-being as a person, which is my health, as well as my career, I am well connected. Like, I feel like everything is falling into place, and with everything else that I didn't mention, things are falling into place. I have met nice people who are friends. I do not necessarily like to call my friends because for me, eventually they become like family. So yes, I do have a sturdy, rigid connection when it comes to me and everything else around me. I feel like I am slowly reaching my phase of stability in terms of being happy as a person and really being at peace. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is, as an expert, have you dated outside of your race? Guys. Okay, I actually got a lot of questions regarding dating, but I'm going to try and squeeze some of those questions into one because, child. Yes, I've dated outside of my race before, but I'm not sure if it's something I'm interested in. For a lot of reasons, I feel like I'm more comfortable dating black men, but obviously I do admire other men, like from other races, a lot, especially if they're handsome. I do admire them from a distance. I do, like mingle with them around, like if we're in spaces where I'm around them. But to date, I am not sure for now. The next question: one embarrassing moment of your life, one thing you're really proud of. So let me start with something that I'm really proud of. I'm so proud of myself for actually believing in myself. I'm proud that I never listened to what the society, and I never really took notes of how people think I should live my life. I am so proud of myself for always believing that I am enough and I can do it, because I'm where I am mainly because I've always believed in myself. And I'm so proud of myself for always thriving and always trying to be the best vision of myself. I'm proud of myself for so many things, you guys. I'm proud of myself for never giving up. I'm proud of myself for fighting even when things were just going, but I still fought. I am so proud of myself for actually even going through journeys that were too hard for even my parents to even go through, but I was like, I'm going to take this journey. So I'm proud of myself for a lot of things. If you guys didn't know, I have never actually shared this. I think last year I went through the most difficult phases, I think, in my life, and I'm so proud of myself for actually going through that phase. It changed a lot at home because I was in a situation where I had to jump and cross the bridge for my family to follow. So I am so proud that I'm brave, and I hope I never give up. So another question said, what is the most embarrassing moment of your life? I think the most embarrassing moment of my life is when I lowered my standards. Guys, even when I start to think about situations or people that I lowered my standards for, I don't even want to talk about it, because why did I do that? And then the next question is, since being in Taiwan, have you smashed or been with any Taiwanese men, and how was it? I think I need to do a story time for this. Yes, I've been with a Taiwanese man. That's the only race or person outside of my race I've been with. I think overall I can just say for now the experience was quite interesting. I will do a story time actually of what really happened. Woo! I will do a story time and share with you guys what really happened, but I think it was tricky. But would I do it again? Probably yes, I would do it again. Like, I would date Taiwanese men. Like, one thing about me, apart from liking black men, Taiwanese men do it for me. Like, I think Taiwanese men are the most handsome, feminine. Like, I really like feminine men. I like a man who makes me feel comfortable around them. I like a man who will spoil me. So Taiwanese men, they make sure. The next question is, what is your number one pet peeve ngama Taiwanese? Guys, Taiwanese have this thing of just spitting or ukwifela amate anyway on the streets, whether you're approaching them, avela kwife, ikhwehlela, and oh, I hate that so much. I hate that so much. I feel like if there's one thing I would change about Taiwanese, that's one thing I would change. Ukuthi abayeke ukwifa, like, why do you see the need to uvele ukwife in public? Like, why you, like, guys, abaningi ngisho ithuba lokuthi ubhekele ususathi awulindele Okay, the next question is your highest paycheck ever. Okay, from my career, I'm gonna speak about my career because I am a teacher. My highest pay ever in my field of work, which is teaching, is 57,000 rands. And yes, I left the job. 57K. Yeah, later on I'm going to touch on that. Right, so the next question is, how is the savings goal you set earlier this year coming along? It's coming, but I feel like it's not as good as I had expected, mainly because I had to guys, you know, when it comes to money, I had so many financial commitments that I needed to just quickly attend to, and I wasn't going to neglect my family when they needed financial support, especially because they hardly ever ask money from me. But other than that, so far so good. I could have been at a better place, but I'm getting there. So I think I'll do an update next year, July, around the same time when I did the video. So I'm gonna do it around July so that I can do like a proper update. So yes, I'll do that video before I go home, before I go visit my family. I'll do an updated savings goal plan video. The next question, do you have a boyfriend? If no, why? You guys, okay, let me say this, because I know he's gonna watch this video. If you watch this video, hi. So I do have someone currently in my life. I don't want to touch more into the details, obviously, or the status of our relationship, but I do have someone. And the next question is, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years? Will you still be teaching, or you have bigger plans? So I had similar questions to these, like quite a few. In the next 3 years, I do see myself being abroad. Which country I cannot confirm right now. I'm not gonna lie and say maybe I'll be here in Taiwan, but I'll be abroad definitely within the next 3 years. And yes, at that time I will be teaching, but I do have bigger plans, obviously, you know. The next question, how long are you planning to be in Taiwan, and what are you planning to do when you move to SA? So this question is quite similar to the other one in a way. So I cannot really answer that question and say, okay, I want to be here in Taiwan for so long, because initially when I left home, I had told myself, okay, I'm giving myself some time, and initially I'd given myself 5 years, but then my grandma was like, actually, you don't have to give yourself time, you know. you can be there for as long as you want to. If you want to move permanently abroad, it's okay. And so I can't really say that I'm going to be here in Taiwan for a number of years, because obviously I am looking into making more money and my options are wide. And yes, if I do move into another country, I am taking you guys with me, because I feel like I want to share all my experiences that I experience abroad. And the next question, what are you planning to do when you move back to SA? When I move back home, I am planning on getting into business, but I'm not gonna touch more into what kind of business, but I do plan on getting into business. And will I still continue doing teaching? I'm not sure yet, but that's not even like, when I look at my plans for when I go home, teaching is at the bottom. So yeah. The next question is Unjani Sisi, like, are you really good? What is your guilty pleasure, and what is your relationship like with God? If you are a Christian, what has helped you be where you are today, physically and mentally? Thank you for asking me how I am. I am okay. I think I can't really say everything is okay or everything is perfect, but I'm doing well. And what is your guilty pleasure? I think my guilty pleasure is basically spending money. Like, guys, I really don't like spending money, but it makes me feel so good. When I spend money, I feel good. That sucks. It sucks that I have to say that, but I'm working on that. Like, I've improved so much. But just to give you, something else to add on, one of my other guilty pleasures are really spending time alone. I feel like that's kind of weird, but when I'm alone, I actually do very weird stuff sometimes. Like, I like to So the next question was, how is your relationship with God? And if you are a Christian, what has helped you to be where you are today, physically, mentally? So my relationship with God is good. I have a very strong relationship with God. I trust God so much. I believe in God so much. I respect God so much. And I am in depth when it comes to God. I pray a lot. Also because I've never touched on my spiritual journey. So I have spiritual powers. I'm spiritually gifted. I'm not gonna dive more into it right now, but I'm just gonna give you guys a context of what is it that really, puts me at a different scale when it comes to other people. I'm very different. Like, I'm one of those people, when I enter the room, people notice. I'm very different. I'm one of those people, when people start to get along with me, sometimes they tend to angazi ngachaza kanjani kuba khona into eyakhekayo kubona engazuthi bangangidlela umona in a way. That's why I don't have a lot of friends. That's why I've decided to distance myself from a lot of situations, because it's hard to be who I am and to have what I have. So my relationship with God is so powerful, because I am one of his chosen people on earth to, one, help other people. Two, I am one of his messengers. Example, if God wants to speak to someone on earth, he does use me sometimes. And in my case, sometimes it happens through, obviously, angels, his angels, more than anything. So that is why I really, God is amazing. Like, if I could speak about God, I would speak about God the entire day. So I do believe in God so much. I believe in my ancestors so much, but God first and then my ancestors, because I believe my ancestors are my guardian angels. And yeah, I'm not gonna dive in details about the journey, but maybe one day I'll tell you guys everything and things that I do go through when it comes to that journey. The next question is, in some of your previous videos, you said you once worked in the Middle East for like 8 to 9 months. Wasuyabuya. So why did you leave? I worked in the Middle East after the first contract that I had here in Taiwan. I decided that it was around October, no, not October. It was around July, August 2019. I finished my contract and the school wanted me to come back in Hsinchu, but I was like, you know what, I needed more money. I got a better package. Obviously it paid me more than 50k a month, so I was like, why not? So I moved to the Middle East. The school was fine, everything was fine, you know, I was okay financially, but mentally I wasn't okay. And I think if you did watch some of my videos, I did mention that my grandmother wasn't feeling well. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to leave and go back home. But one of the reasons why, when after everything had happened, like COVID, my grandmother's passing, and me deciding to go back abroad or to come back abroad, one of the reasons why I decided not to go to the Middle East specifically was because, apart from being depressed, I feel like abantu besifazane in the Middle East abahlonishwa, you know, asikho isithunzi nesidima for abantu besifazane. And to some extent, yes, I do feel like I was abused when I went to the Middle East. Men there, they are very weird. I don't want to touch more into what really happened, but men there, they are very weird, and they will make you feel inferior. They will try to show you who's actually minangindot, even though that's not what exactly happened to me. It's just to give you guys a context. And for me, I wanted to be in a place where there was more convenience. Also, there wasn't much convenience in the country where I was, and I was just bored. I was bored. The money was good, but social life zero. And I was like, you know what, I cannot cope. Like, I was really falling into depression. Okay, the next question is, you seem like a sophisticated woman who knows what she wants. Are you in a serious relationship, or have you tried dating Asians? Thank you for saying that I'm sophisticated. I do put an effort in taking care of myself and presenting myself the best way. Am I in a serious relationship? No, I am not in a serious relationship. Do I want to be in a serious relationship? Yes. That's my dating goal, to be in a serious relationship. But while I am hoping that unfolds, am I going to stop and say, no, okay, manje, I'm not going to date Mr. Right? Yes, no, I am not going to put myself through that. I will, open up to obviously dating however way I date at the moment, but I am not in a serious relationship. Have I dated Asian men? I think I've answered this question already. Yes, I've been with an Asian man before. Yeah. I'm saving that one for a story time, guys. Okay, the last, I'm gonna make this the last question. You are beautiful, and thank you for sharing your life with us. Are you in the same school ever since coming to Taiwan? So just to quickly answer that before I continue with the question, thank you so much, Ngiyabonga, for complimenting me. And the question is, are you in the same school ever since coming to Taiwan? No, this is actually my second, no, I'm lying. This is my third school ever since coming to Taiwan, but it's my second school in the public sector. And the first school was a private school. I am going to do a story time, which is one of the reasons why I always encourage people to try by all means to get into the public schools, because I do have an experience of teaching and working at a private school, and guys, that was the worst decision I ever did. Like, actually, I think I regret doing that to myself because I was going through the most. But just to continue with the question, if you were to leave Taiwan, would you still be a teacher or venture into business? If business, what kind of business would it be? Right, so I think I've answered this question already, but just to quickly wrap up this video, my future plans are quite sturdy. I know what I want, I know where I want to be, and I don't want to share much about my future plans because I don't want to jinx my future. For obviously safety reasons. You guys know what abantu sometimes abasifisela okuhle and stuff, so that's why I never really share everything I'm going to do. But I know you guys mean well, and I know that you guys are coming from a point of being curious and just wanting to maybe seek inspiration and stuff. So when I move back to South Africa, if I do move back to South Africa, because like I said, I'm not sure what's going to unfold, especially because I do not see myself teaching in South Africa. But if my plans, I'm not even going to put any negative energy on my plans, but I feel like if I feel like I do want to utilize my teaching degree, then that will be the last option for me in South Africa. So to venture into business, yes, that's one of my top priorities when I move to South Africa. What kind of business? It will still, I'm not gonna say exactly what kind of business it's going to be, but I'll just give you guys a hint. It will include education, because education means so much to me. I love teaching so much. So my ventures will include educational aspects, and also I'm going to venture in other things that I really like, which are beauty and fashion. So that's all I can say right now. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. If you did, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, like this video, comment down below, and also subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys on my next video. Goodbye.